You already know who it is. Gary V here, and let me tell you something. We're about to get real practical today. We're diving deep into Mistakes Millionaires Make by Harry Clark. This isn't about some theoretical BS, this is about the nitty-gritty. The stuff that nobody really tells you about the journey to success. We're talking about the mistakes, the screw-ups, the face plants that even the big dogs have made on their way to the top. And trust me, there are more than a few. But here's the thing. These mistakes, they're not failures. They're learning experiences. So buckle up, because we're about to break down the top financial missteps that even millionaires have made. And more importantly, the invaluable lessons they learned along the way. You're gonna want to take some notes on this one. Alright, let's kick things off with a mistake that's all too easy to make. Overexpansion. You're killing it, business is booming, you're on top of the world. You're thinking, let's scale this thing, let's open 10 more locations, let's hire 100 new employees. Sounds great in theory, right? But here's the thing, growing too fast, without the solid foundation, the infrastructure, the processes in place, that's a recipe for disaster. It's like building a skyscraper on a foundation of sand. Harry tells this crazy story about a restaurant owner, let's call him John. John's restaurant was the hottest spot in town, lines down the block, everyone raving about his food. So, John, fueled by this success, decides to open 3 more locations all at once. Boom! He poured all his money, all his energy into these new restaurants, neglecting the original one that started it all. The quality dipped, the service suffered, and guess what? People stopped coming. John spread himself too thin, too fast, and it cost him everything. The lesson here? Don't get blinded by early success. Growth is essential, but it needs to be strategic, sustainable, and built on a rock-solid foundation. Let's talk about risk, baby. Every entrepreneur, every investor, everyone in the game knows that risk is part of the equation. But here's the thing, it's not about avoiding risk altogether. That's impossible. It's about managing it, understanding it, respecting it. One of the biggest mistakes millionaires make is taking on excessive risk without truly understanding the potential downsides. They get caught up in the hype, the potential rewards, and they forget to ask the hard questions. Harry tells this story about a real estate mogul, let's call her Sarah. Sarah was a risk-taker, a go-getter, and she had this incredible knack for spotting lucrative deals. But then came this one deal, this massive development project that promised to be her biggest win yet. Problem was, it was risky, like, really risky. The market was volatile, the financing was shaky, but Sarah, blinded by the potential payoff, went all in. And guess what? The market crashed, the project went belly up, Sarah lost everything. The lesson here? Don't let greed cloud your judgment. Understand the risks involved in every opportunity, diversify your investments, and never, ever bet the farm on a single hand. Chapter 3. Ignoring cash, flow. Profits don't equal cash. Alright, let's talk about the lifeblood of any business: cash flow. You can have the best product, the best team, the best marketing in the world, but if you don't have cash flowing in, you're dead in the water. One of the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make is focusing solely on profits while neglecting cash flow. They see those big profit numbers on paper and think they're in the clear. But here's the thing, profits don't equal cash. Harry tells this story about a tech startup founder, let's call him Mark. Mark had created this amazing software, everyone was talking about it, investors were lining up to throw money at him. But Mark, caught up in the excitement, took his eye off the ball. He was so focused on growth, on acquiring new customers, that he neglected to collect payments on time. He had millions in potential revenue on paper, but his bank account was bone dry. The lesson here? Cash flow is king. Track your cash flow religiously, collect payments promptly, and make sure you have enough cash reserves to weather any storm. Chapter 4. Failure to delegate, the art of letting go. Listen up, entrepreneurs, because this one's for you. We all know that entrepreneurial spirit, that drive to build something from the ground up to control every aspect of your business. But here's the thing, trying to do everything yourself is a recipe for burnout, for inefficiency, for failure. One of the biggest mistakes millionaires make is failing to delegate. They hold on too tightly to the reins, unwilling to trust others with their baby. Harry tells this story about a fashion designer, let's call her Anna. Anna was a creative genius. Her designs were innovative, unique, and in high demand. But Anna was also a control freak. She insisted on overseeing every single detail, from sketching designs to sewing buttons. As her business grew, Anna became overwhelmed. She was working around the clock, sacrificing her health and her relationships, and still, she couldn't keep up. The quality of her work suffered, and her business plateaued. The lesson here? Learn to delegate. Identify your strengths and focus on those. Surround yourself with talented people and trust them to do their jobs. Chapter 5. Lack of due diligence. Don't skip the homework. Alright, let's talk about due diligence. It's not the sexiest topic, I know, but trust me, it's crucial. Whether you're making an investment, acquiring a company, or even just partnering with someone, you need to do your homework. One of the biggest mistakes millionaires make is rushing into deals without conducting thorough due diligence. They get caught up in the excitement, the potential upside, and they fail to uncover potential red flags. Harry tells this story about an angel investor, let's call him David. David had a Midas touch. He had invested in dozens of successful startups, but even David made mistakes. One day, David was approached with an opportunity to invest in a hot new tech company. The company had a great pitch, a charismatic CEO, and everyone was talking about them. David, eager to get in on the action, skipped his usual due diligence process and wrote them a big fat check. Big mistake. Turns out the company's financials were a house of cards. The technology was flawed, and the CEO was a fraud. David lost his entire investment. The lesson here? Don't let FOMO, fear of missing out, cloud your judgment. Do your research, ask the hard questions, and never be afraid to walk away from a deal that doesn't feel right. There you have it, folks. 5 costly mistakes that even millionaires have made on their journey to the top. Look, the road to success is paved with obstacles, with setbacks, with mistakes, but that's okay. It's part of the process. The key is to learn from these mistakes, to use them as fuel to propel you forward. If you found these lessons valuable, I highly recommend checking out Mistakes Millionaires Make by Harry Clark. It's packed with even more insights and real-life stories that will help you navigate the choppy waters of entrepreneurship and financial success. Now go out there, crush it, and remember, every mistake is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to come back stronger than ever. Thank you for watching. If you found these lessons valuable, make sure to check out Mistakes Millionaires Make by Harry Clark for more in-depth insights. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content on financial success and entrepreneurship.